This new jet in LEGO Fortnite is easy to make and operate, and not only that, just like my last aircraft, you can get it for free when you acquire the Thank the Driver bundle. To do this, you're just gonna have to complete a series of super easy quests. Takes no more than a couple of minutes, and once you do that, you're gonna find yourself with the decor bundle. It comes with a bunch of really cool pieces, and in today's video, we're taking those pieces and making a jet. Let's get started. Let's get right into what we need in order to make one of these amazing free-to-play aircraft. And it's just iron, frost pine, wood planks, wooden rods. You're gonna need the stuff for your hidden balloons and your thrusters as well. So just some cord, some silk fabric, bright core, glass for the lights. You already know what it is. Super simple, as well as the build. We're gonna get in and start as we always do, throwing down a car jack. So we're actually gonna go in and start with that bus driver's workbench. We wanna put that caution piece on the outside, on both sides, and you just want to line it up even like this. So it should look like that. This is now the front of your vehicle. Take that mechanic's workbench, and this gets a little bit tricky. You're gonna have to like point it at the side of the table and look for a spot that goes green. But if you look long enough, it should let you place just on the corner like this. And if you go to the other side, you should be able to replicate it. Right there. You're gonna take the mechanic's desk over to one of those workbenches, and you're gonna try to look for that sweet spot again. It should be like somewhere in the middle of the legs there, just like that, and you can go to either side. Any one of these studs is gonna work. Go ahead and clip your piece in and try to repeat the same process on the other side, pointing it at like the workbench legs and finding your desired height. And then we just go ahead and we move it around until we get it to go green the way that we want to. And you'll see, there we go. So now we've actually found it right there. So we'll go ahead and place that down, and it should look just like this. We're actually gonna take an 8x8 to the bottom of this aircraft right here in between the wings. And we're gonna put 2 of those down. And on the back side, take some 8x2s, and you're gonna start stacking those up a stud over the edge of each one. Go ahead and do just like 6 for now. Go to the front of the vehicle and grab the battle bus work shelf. You're gonna wanna grab the smaller one and just place it up to the front of your vehicle, nice and flush like this. It's also gonna open up an area for our first lights. So go ahead and throw those Tatooine wall beacons on the front. And we can now build out the rest of the body of this jet. So we're gonna go and take 6x2 frostbine floors, and we're gonna place 3 of them flush with the edge just like this. On the middle one, we're gonna place another one sticking out. Underneath that, you're gonna wanna go until it's green like this. Add a nose piece. And on the bottom side, you're gonna bring those 6x2s in until it turns green. And you're gonna do that twice, so it looks like this. Go back to this nice little square of 6x2s, place one on the top in the middle, and then go over one stud. Then go right here with those 6x2s, and you're gonna place 2 of them. We then wanna place one 6x2 up against the front of that nose piece, and then on top of that, we want to bring one up a little bit. So we're gonna go up to the front of that gray square, and then we're gonna go back 1, 2, 3 studs just like this. And then on the sides of those workbenches, we're gonna throw some more 6x2s like this, hanging one stud over the other, so that we create kind of like our body here. We're gonna throw our first one down, and then there's the second one. It should look like this. There should be a tiny little opening here for you. Go ahead and throw your engine block. You should be able to reach it. Go ahead and close it up and leave just one stud of room to get into that engine compartment. You can do this by putting a 6x2 up flush with the end of like the body that we've already built. And then we're just gonna go over one stud. And from there, we're actually gonna take the 8x2 over to the edge, go over one stud like so. On the back, I'm gonna go like this and place a 6x2 on each side over the edge. And then I'm gonna take one more 8x2 on the back wing we're gonna place it, and then we're gonna take our 12 by 2 and we're gonna go to the middle of that piece we just placed, and we're gonna place 2 more. Go into our seats. This is where you can grab whatever you want, but we're actually gonna grab the Thank the Bus Driver seat, and we're gonna toss it on each side just like this. It's gonna create our wingtips. So it should be looking like this so far. I think this looks absolutely incredible. Go ahead and add yourself some storage. Super simple. You know, you can grab yourself a chest and throw it on the back. You could even maybe fit a second one here if you are careful. You now have the ability to get into your engine block, as well as have 2 chests of storage on this bad boy. So now it's about adding the steering wheel, the tires, and the weighting between the balloons and the thrusters. We're gonna start with the driver's seat. So I'm just gonna take a small driver's seat, and I'm actually gonna push it all the way to the front of the 6x2 right here. And that way on the back, I can still get into the engine block. And then we have our seat right here. Go ahead and add yourself another floor piece to the front. That kind of helps with the visual aspect. And then you can even add some more trim pieces like this to kind of make it look a little bit more aerodynamic or whatever. Now we got to add the thrusters to go. So we go to the back side. So we're going to throw a large thruster up top right here. And then I want to throw a couple of small ones on the sides here, but that's not it. We're actually going to put 2 more on the opposite sides. This is going to control our turning. And then on those workbenches, you're actually going to point at the leg part, and you're going to move it until it turns green on the inside, just like that. Be careful because your thrusters can get slanted a little bit if they're placed a little funky. So you just got to be careful and double check everything before taking off. Now for the tires, pretty simple as always. Go ahead and take that 6x2 and like 1 or 2 studs from the back. You're gonna place 2 of those stacked up like that. And then you're just gonna do the same thing to the front, obviously. I'm gonna throw the small powered wheels up front. And the regular ones in the back. Make sure you adjust your tires as usual. I'm going to take my wrench and I'm going to adjust my thrusters to help me turn in the air. So I think what we'll do is this thruster will be channel 1. This thruster will be channel 2. The one on the left front will be channel 1. And the one on the back left will be channel 2. And then all of these thrusters are going to remain channel 3 right here underneath that work table, as close to the front as I can possibly get. These are also going to be channel 3. So the ones that are pushing you forward, up, and this big one on the back should all be channel 3. Now we should be able to go ahead and add our balloons, which are going to be all activated balloons. So we're going to throw 2 in the back to start, which is what we always do. And then we're going to go ahead and put 2 in the front as well. This is always a good point to start from. And I know that it's heavy enough that it's going to need about 8 balloons. And so I'm going to go ahead and try to guess where those need to be. We're going to throw balloons right here. And then I think the last balloons can go, we'll go 2 studs backwards on those 8x2s in the back here. So it should look like this. Now we go and activate those and it should work. We go and activate our turning, it should work. And then our forward thrust should work as well. And at this point, you can go ahead and take it off the jack and take off. But I would like to show you guys how I test my vehicles for the first time to make sure that I get the right thrust. Because I know a lot of people come into my comments and they say something like, well, mine turns, or mine does flips, or mine does this. And that could be after a patch, that could be after an update. And it really is as simple as doing things like this. I'm going to remove my jack. I'm going to hop up. And the first thing I do is check how even the balloons lift me up. So I activate the balloons and I look. Do I like this lift? Do I like the fact that my nose is pointing down slightly? If not, what do I need to do to fix that? I need to adjust some balloons. I can either bring some of the balloons from the back forward a little bit, or I can bring some of the balloons from the front forward a little bit. In this case, it is actually easier to bring the balloons from the back forward just a little bit. So what we're going to do is take these balloons down. We're actually going to deactivate the rest of them. And then we're going to go in and place them just a little bit closer. We'll place them on the front of that 6x2. And we'll go ahead and test the lift on this one. So now I lift it up. It's got slightly less point to the front. And I'm going to go ahead and take these balloons off this time. And I'm going to move them to the front of the 8x2. So now I've got balloons at the front of the 6x2s in the back, the front of the 8x2s in the back, the front of the workbench, and the very front of the plane. So go ahead and activate those balloons. I see that it's giving me the perfect lift. So much better. So much better. I can't believe I made another aircraft with these pieces. I told you guys it's gonna be my goal to make aircraft and homes with every single decor set or build set. So let me know if there's a build set you want to see me mess around with, and I can definitely give it a go. If you followed along today, you guys have yourselves a brand new jet made out of the Thank the Bus Driver free parts. Like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure you hop into a game and quickly complete those quests. It is as simple as finding a bus station near a lake and just using it multiple times, destroying it, and building it back up again. I hope you guys find this aircraft fun and useful in your worlds. Let me know if you're gonna be building it down in the comments. Join my Discord, send me a picture of you using any one of my aircraft, and you're gonna have a chance at 1,000 V-Bucks. Appreciate you guys watching today. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next one.